Look like we're going live everywhere else, so we start to record over here on.
Recording in progress.
All right. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This beautiful night that is. This is the night after Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. This is the night after Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. And this is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation, which is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. I like to say greetings, everyone. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day or had a great day and is coming to a great and beautiful and prosperous week. Um, so I'd like to say greetings, everyone, and also I'd like to say again, Happy New Year, everyone. We know we're into the new year, which is the spring now. We're in the spring. The new year started at the new moon, which was the full darkness of the moon, not the full light. The full light is the opposite from the full darkness. The full darkness is the real true new moon. So that's the full darkness is the new moon. That is when the year started, or not the year. Yeah, might as well say that's when the year started, the beginning of spring. The new year started then, and this is where we at this point in time. So that was either on the night of the 18th or the night of the 19th. I couldn't see because they put chemtrails in the air. We can't see with all these clouds up here. But I believe that's the night of the 18th or the night of the 19th. One or the other. I can't save myself right off because I couldn't see. But around that time is when the new year started. Other than that, we're going to start off with a prayer and we're going to go on with our night tonight. I'd like to thank and say greetings, Lay. We haven't seen Lay for quite some time. Our sister here in Detroit, she's here online with us tonight. Other than that, we'll go ahead with the prayer and see where we go, where the Creator take us tonight. Blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father to our tribe of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us, keep us in every way, that we may know to grow and prosper in your way, in your word, and in your laws, that you have given us from the beginning of time, that will be here throughout time. We thank you, Father, for what you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep us in every way, help us in every way. And we thank you, Father, for where we are today. We ask you to forgive us of the sins that we have done in time past, today's time, and time to come, that we may not be aware of or that we may not know. We also ask you, Father, forgive us and help us in the sickness that's going on with us in this world today, because a lot of us are not privy to it, a lot of us don't know, and a lot of us are in the sickness because of the curse that was put upon us, because of the things that we're doing, the things that we have done, and the things that we may have be coming out of that you're helping us see in this day and time. We bless you, thank you, and praise you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Praise you Almighty. Praise you Almighty. All right. Greetings, 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 everyone. You see, we got somebody over here on Instagram. The Professor 313. How you doing over there? Somebody from Detroit in here over there on Instagram. Um, and my sister Lay. Let's see where we at today. I was planning on going through some testimonials. Actually, when we first met Lay, matter of fact, when me and my wife we first met Lay, it was a group of us. Matter of fact, we was at the is it 43rd District Court, Lay? Well, I think the 43rd. It was in Ferndale when we first met Lay out there. My sister on here now. We was at Ferndale. It was about several of us, which was standing in our sovereign status, was at this court, and We was in that court. I think I was the last one to have my court case. And the judge lit into me. He was mad at me because I was standing my ground in what I knew. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it here. See if I can find it on here. If I can find it, I'm gonna probably play it. The first one. Ferndale court case. I forgot how I had to do this one here. Hold on for a minute, see if I can find. See if I can find it here so I could. We are in. Hold on. Okay, I got a couple of them that popped up. Let me see. Ferndale court case. What was the first one? The ones I had on YouTube, they took down. Let me see. Let me try this one here. Okay. The ones I had on YouTube, they took down. Let me see if I can find the other one. Try to play it for y'all so y'all can hear a little bit of it. Okay, I got one for Instagram. The YouTube got taken down because they terminated my page, but I do have it on. So I got a Rumble. I should have it on Rumble, and I got it on Patreon. Let me see which one is this. This was in what date was this? 5/28/24. Let me play it real quick. Final Ferndale court case. 4.
Do you still trust the corporate media? I know I don't. Get the real facts, the inside story behind the scenes in the Senate, in the White House, and the U.S. Supreme Court.
Okay, that right there. Okay, this one, I think I was speaking on this one. I was speaking on this one.
Your right to find the things on time.
No, Redford, Southfield. Redford, Southfield. I'm gonna pause this real quick. This right here, the one I'm about to share with you, this is final Ferndale court case. This is 5/28/24. This was in May the 28th, 2024. This is it was from it was on 5/29 when I did it. Full video, Freedom NGO. That's on my Rumble page. But I'm gonna play it real quick just so y'all can hear a little bit of it. This is the final Ferndale court case, and I was actually sharing this one on YouTube. But as I was sharing on YouTube, I was also sharing it on Rumble. So my YouTube got disbanded. But my Rumble, if you want to go to my Rumble, it's rumble.com/LKHYYM. But let's play it real quick and see what we can come up with, see where we at. Ferndale. I think it was Redford, Ferndale. No. Redford, Southfield, Madison Heights. No, right here. That way you can really hear it. Two things. One thing I came across today is about being a beneficiary. Okay. There we go. I guess we're gonna have to leave this anyway. We have to leave. Don't worry, be happy, because we're gonna have to come to something I want to share with y'all tonight. I don't have to go into it right now. The reason I can go ahead and get it set up though.
could do it here. That way you can really hear it. Okay, hold on, let me see something here. No, let me reframe that. After Ferndale, Redford, Ferndale, no, Redford, Southfield. Redford, Southfield, Ferndale. I think it was Redford,
Right here, what I'm doing is sharing how many different court cases I was doing. I had several different court cases I was doing at the time. Now, at this time, well, I'm sharing this one right here. As I'm about to share this, this was as I recorded this on the on May 29th, 2024, but we did the court case on the 28th, which was the day before. So, like I said, if you want to check this out, it's on my Rumble. And maybe on I think my Patreon may took it down because that was connected to the YouTube. But I'm gonna go ahead and let it play, and we'll go from there. I just wanted to let you know that I was breaking down the different court cases. I had 8 different court cases. I just want to let y'all know the first 4 I won on my own, but this is one of them. Now this is Final Ferndale. I think this is when I did my executor, or shall I say my private information in order for it to go through the way it did. But let's let it play. Here we go.
Ferndale, no. Redford, Southfield, Madison Heights. That's what it was. Redford, Southfield, Madison Heights, Centerline.
Yep.
Who else was it? These are different court cases I had to deal with. Let me see. Centerline. Who else was there? Ferndale, and who else was Ferndale? Because another 43rd too. But that was Madison Heights and Ferndale just got 43rd, both the same. 36th District Court and 40th District Court. St. Clair Shores and St. Clair Shores and
Detroit.
36th District Court, which is Detroit. So 7 different locations I've been dealing with for the last, since 2001, 2002, 3, 4, for the last 4 years. Might well say 2001 because it began 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. We're in 2004 now. I've been dealing with 7 different court cases for 4 years. And the reason being is because I was indexed. I've been indexed since 2000. Now, when I say get national, I've been sharing with everybody about getting nationalized. I'm about to share some information tonight to help everybody out because I just found out that November 28th, they're going to stop indexing. The indexing is going to be stopped. So that came to me through someone that's in the Universal World Court, right? Or that helps with or in the universe, maybe administrator, what have you, but this is a person that's in. We talked directly. They actually told me November 28th of this year, they're going to stop indexing. This is what was told to me now. But I'm giving everybody fair warning because at one time it was free. As of 2023, August 23rd, 2023, they started. It was a fee had been tapped on there. So that's not on me. Like I said, I'm not over it. I was just helping people at first when it was free, trying to get indexed. After then, a lot of other situations happened. But also, as I'm saying that it was a certain time I was getting stopped by the policy officers. You know, and being indexed makes you nationalized. That's the reason why.
Lady just asked a question in the chat. She asked, why did they stop indexing? They was going to stop in November 28, 2024. As of 2020, August 23rd, 2023, I think they started charging. I think it was supposed to go on for about a year. They started charging at August 23rd, 2023, they started charging. Now, for 30 plus years, it was free. 30 plus years, indexing was free. Now, I don't know why they was going to stop or so whatever, but index is still going on now. It's just that now it's charging. It's just that at that time they was going to stop. I'm not in the corporate office, nothing like that. I was just one of the ones that was trying to help a lot of people get index because I knew the benefits behind it because of what was happening for me. You know, a lot of time I get stopped by the cops. They'll come, read my ID, tell me to have a nice day and keep it moving. They did that to me 19 times until I got my first ticket. So I guess when I got my first ticket, they started flagging me. If they got flagged, so they start like either giving me tickets or now they want to try to charge me. At that time, that's when all these different cases started coming up. And that was between 2018 until the end of 2019. Then my court cases started in 2021 for me. But like I said, I've been indexed since 2016. And between 2016 and 2019, when I got my first ticket, quote unquote, citation, all they would tell me is have a nice day. 19 times before I got my first ticket from when I counted, you know, so I let keep going for that, but I don't know why they was going to stop. I can't say, but indexes is still going, it's still going on. And if you're interested in getting indexed, and that's indexing, which they are over, well, they become fiduciary over your estate, which is your quote unquote straw man, which is over your all caps name. What it is they become fiduciaries, meaning that these companies that y'all don't know nothing about worldwide, I have the facts on it and known facts, and a lot of people do as well. Companies worldwide is using the funds off the interest off your social security number worldwide. But we're on a whole different level beyond that now. So, but I just going over this is testimonial night, so let's get it back started. I'm glad you asked, Lay, and that's the reason that I'm just giving you the understanding of what I know. They did stop for a minute, but they started back up. But like I said, to start back up, but they're charging now. But all you have to go, if you'd like to know more information about indexing, you go to sovcpr.net. That's www.sovcpr.net. Now, if you're interested in getting into taking over your trust, which is taking over your estate, get in contact with me, you know, and we doing some things over here. That's all I can say. Other than that,
I say get nationalized. When you get indexed, it's like getting nationalized because we are Hebrew Israelites. We're recognized as Hebrew Israelites according to our nationality. So that's who I know who I am. Other people call themselves Moors. Some people call themselves of the land of Kemet, which is Egyptians. Some people call themselves Ethiopians. Some people call themselves other natives in Africa, not an African, because Africa is a continent. You got to be a native in Africa, as they call it, which is really a Kebalan. But if you understand what I'm saying, you got to be associated to some land. You have to be associated to some land in order to be nationalized. Nigger, black, colored, African American, that's two continents. That doesn't coincide. Those are bywords and proverbs and bywords. You know what I'm saying? So just give me your understanding before I go into the help and information I want to share with you tonight. Because I got two things I want y'all to hear. It's two things I want y'all to hear tonight, and it's very important that y'all listen because these are some things besides what I'm about to share with you. I always say number one, I'm saying get nationalized. My first thing is get indexed. Get indexed because index protects you from the system. It protects you. It's got your back. When I mean by it's got your back, indexing has you outside of the United States, which is connected by Interpol and many situations we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be protected under Protected Persons Act, right? Under the Protected Persons Act, is Section 18112, I believe it is. Title 18, Section 112. The Protection Persons Act. Y'all need to look that up, right?
International.
And by being indexed and being national, you're not a
The International Protected Persons Act. If you get time, just look it up. The International Protected Persons Act. All right. My brother Teddy coming in. All right.
Citizen. See, just to share with you, a citizen is a ward of the state, which is a slave. You're a slave to the corporation. A lot of people don't understand that. They'll probably be a citizen, not realize a citizen is a ward of the state, which is a slave to the corporation. Because everyone you have the birth certificate, social security card, and the ID card that is associated as a citizen, you are a slave.
Greetings, Teddy B. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the program tonight. I just wanted to pause this. Tonight, I'm doing testimonials. I'm doing some testimonials tonight. Tonight, it's actually called Fight Fire with Truth. And usually, this is open conversation. And by having open conversation, we talk about things across the board. Now, my sister Lay here, she has been with, I've been knowing her since the Ferndale court case I'm sharing right now. Now, I'm sharing this because this is in my time past. This is what I call, this is actually on my Rumble that I'm just playing, I'm replaying, but I recorded this in May 29th, 2024. But I went through that final court case it's called the final Ferndale court case of May, which is 5/28/24. This is on my Rumble, so I'm just playing this now as a little testimony of what I've been through in time past to where we are today, the things we've been through. But other than that, how you doing, bro? Okay, I guess you're not here at the moment. I'll go ahead and let it play for a few moments, and then we'll see where we can go from there. We just going through the testimony for right now, so I'm just letting some people hear from what I was going through then compared to where I'm at today. And at this time, I'm still indexed today, but I'm over. Well, let me put it like this. I'm in my executive's office now, and I'm on a whole different level. So this is my final Ferndale court case. Lay was there when I had my first court case in Ferndale. Lay was there, and she know what happened when on that first court case compared to what we're going to go through right now. But I'm going to get this play some more as we go.
To the corporation. But if you have a birth certificate, social security card, and ID card under a trust, that makes you free from the corporation. It's two different things. A lot of people don't understand it. This is the reason why my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's time for you to get.
Hold on. I see two Teddies coming in, so I got to make sure. Let me pause this real quick.
Recording stopped.
Okay, let me see what's happening here. Teddy B, what's going on? Which one is these is you, bro? Okay. Are you there, Teddy? Teddy Bay, are you there?
Peace, brother. How you doing?
All right, bro. I just want to make sure you're there because sometimes some people come in under other people's name and they put in some foul stuff in my page, so I have to block hold on, we resume my recording.
In progress.
Yeah. So yeah, some people come in and they use other people's name and they put some foul stuff on my page. So I'm making sure I block it because that's the reason why my other YouTube is gone. And I'm playing this court case right now, not court case, this information from one of my court cases now because my YouTube back then that I had, they terminated because some foul stuff came up on it. And this is where we at now. But how you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed, my brother.
There you go.
I had a very long evening, so I was like trying to make it. I didn't want to drive and hear the traffic noise and then trying to hear you and concentrate. I want to make sure when I was home I would be able to hear you nice and clear, brother.
That's good, bro. I'm glad you're here, man. Bro,
I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, of course. What I'm doing now on Sundays, now tonight is really open conversation. And by we having open, it's called Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. So tonight I was actually giving, I started it tonight. I'm kind of starting tonight with testimonials, testimonials of things that we've been through according to the system, and compared to where we're at now that we in our private office, which is our executive seat. So I'm actually sharing one of my old court cases that I had that it was on YouTube. That YouTube got terminated, but this is on my Rumble. And I'm just replaying it so people can hear what I was going through then and what happened. And I think I may have the audio playing on this one as well. So I'm just letting this play for right now, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna always do part 1 and part 2, but my Zoom is always full. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this play a little bit more. But is there anything you wanted to share for the moment while you're here?
Anything I want to share? Yeah, I hope everybody's doing great. I hope, everybody's on their high energy tonight. And I'm interested to get to know some of y'all as well. So yeah, I'm ready, brother.
I hear you, bro. But this is Sister Lay. We haven't seen her. She's been coming off and on for months. She's the first person, not first person. She's one of the persons I met at my Ferndale's court case. So, she's been on and off with us for the last, I think, about 2 or 3 years, been coming on, coming off, coming on, coming off. And she haven't gotten to the point where all of us are at yet, because, she come on and come off. But everybody have life. They go through certain things. But, bro, where we at, man, you don't see Tuesday. I'm going to say wait till Tuesday. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm excited for Tuesday now.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and let this play a little bit more, let y'all hear about what happened in my case at that time compared to where we at today. All right? Good to see you, bro. I'm glad you're here. Oh, you got the NDA. I sent you the NDA to sign. So once you get that, then I can give you the next level where you can get the paperwork. Not only get the paperwork, you can start learning what you need to know in the paperwork to stand on your law.
Absolutely, I'm with it. You sent it to me, so I'm gonna look into my email as I let you dialogue and do what you do. I'll make sure I got it, and if I don't, I'll just let you know. Hey, please resend it.
I got you, bro.
All right, brother.
All right, bro. And here we go.
Gain knowledge to understand the things that you need to do to protect yourself, because a lot of stuff is about to happen. There's my man coming in. There's one. Which a few more will come on in. What's going on, G1? All right, my brother. Thanks for coming through. That's some things I got to share tonight, bro. Things I got to share tonight. I'm glad you're here.
Peace. I'm here, God. Peace.
All right, peace and love, my brother. Peace and love. Like I'm sharing with everybody, if you don't get nationalized, I'm not scaring you, threatening you, anything like this. I'm just sharing with you. Nationalism, when you get indexed, whatever you decide to come that's connected to some land, that take care of your back. That take care of your back. By that taking care of your back is covered. Now, indexing, as I was just sharing, indexing is a form of nationalization, because when you get indexed, you recognize yourself as a Hebrew Israelite, right? You're recognized as a Hebrew Israelite, and your estate and everything is covered in the trust behind being indexed. So you are covered. Now, there's some things I'm going to share tonight, some things I'm going to tell you before I really get off into what I want to say. Because now, tonight is called the final Ferndale court case. I'm done with that. It's done, and y'all going to hear that in part 2. I'm going to let y'all hear that part in part 2. But I'm going to give you some information in part 1 to let you understand when part 2 comes. That I just came across today. And number one, I have to say this. I have to give props to number one, I thank the Father for all things. Number one, I give praise to the Almighty, because I prayed to him when I was getting ready to start going through these court cases in 21. And as I said, it ended up being 7 different courts that I had to check.
Every blurry and low vision sufferer must try this daily ritual that is leaving doctors speechless. If you wear glasses or contacts, you
Let's
must
get that ad,
go
y'all.
through that I was tried in. I was tried in 7 different courts. A couple of them put warrants out on me that caused me to get kidnapped, but that still was unlawful because they weren't supposed to do that to me anyway. But they were supposed to stand down, because back in I think it was in 2012 when the Pope told all the corporations to stand down. The Pope, who is over them, who is over all these corporations, because all of them are coming from the Pope and the complex of England, who was the Queen was the face, but the complex of England was behind the Queen. So the the president, all the president had to go and see the Queen. Excuse me, whether they had to go to bow to her, give her homage or whatever, they had to go see the Queen. The reason why they had to go see the Queen is because she's over them. She's over all the principalities, as they call it.
I'm gonna go a little further. See where
She's
we at,
over,
y'all.
and the complex of England is over them as well. And taking you out of the satanic system that's holding you as a
That's the go up a little bit further, see what we can hit. Try to get more into the situation of the court case or what have you.
indexing only can do what they can on the end that they could. Now, when you go into the court, when they threaten you to come to court, you got to be able to stand, and this is why I had to get my learning. When I prayed to the Creator, I prayed to allow me to know what I need to know, and I had to start learning information. When I prayed to him, he guided me to this one man. Well, actually, to a few people we just talking, but this one guy is where I started learning and picking up information from, and that's Christopher Hauser. He may be a Caucasian, but he's still a brother. When I say a brother, he may be a stranger, but he's a brother to Israel because he recognized Israel. He recognized the God of Israel. He actually was growing his hair because he took on the Nazarite
Way of life.
promise or oath.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I had me a little veggie sushi a little earlier.
Let me go a little bit
I'm
further
good.
up.
But the Roman Empire, by that Roman story that was given to them, that was stolen from Yahshua.
And most people at the driver's license place wouldn't even know what you were doing.
Okay.
Because they tried to use that same situation in my case yesterday when I played in part 2. So I just want y'all to hear that. And here we go.
It's just a check.
The trust that's driving in commerce or operating a motor vehicle in commerce. Okay, fine. I agree with that. It's the trust. Okay. So if you're a cop and you say you were speeding and I say, no, I wasn't speeding, the trust was speeding. It was the trust that was speeding. It was the trust that did improper lane. It was the trust that was drunk driving. Now tell me, how do you put alcohol into this trust to make it under the influence? How do you put feet on this trust to stomp the gas pedal to get the speeding ticket? You can't. This is a piece of paper. Actually, it's a piece of plastic. But actually, it is a piece of paper because the application is a piece of paper or it's an electronic piece of paper, however it is you do it. But when you sign that, you're agreeing, when you sign that with your typical signature,
Yep.
you're signing saying, I am the trust that is driving. When I sign it, I say I am the beneficiary. This is a photographic representation of the beneficiary of the trust. To me, that's all it is. I use it for identification. I don't need to correct my status to show that I'm the beneficiary of the trust.
Photographic
I don't need
representation.
to drive around without one of these things because I'm, doing the freedom sovereign thing. Why? Why not get one of these, sign it with a beneficiary signature? And I know some people, some licensed places will go, you can't sign it like that. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Or you can accept a application without the pertinent information, like the social security number, the number on the green card if you're a migrant or an illegal alien. You don't need that then because that's a trust. If you're going to put my social security number or This is the government's social security number, which I'm the beneficiary of. If you're going to put that on there, then, oh yes, you're going to accept a Benny signature. And most people at the driver's license place wouldn't even know what you were doing if you put BENE period on it. They're not even going to know. They don't even know what you're doing. Most of them are, because they're not really savvy to what's going on. So when you go to see the judge, the cop says, here's your ticket. No, it's not my ticket. It's the trust ticket. And what if I don't sign it? Well, I'm going to take you to jail. Under fraud, menace, duress, and extortion. Christopher -A period Hauser, comma, BENE period. Boom. Now you can go into the Article 1 tribunal and explain to the administrator that the cop extorted you into signing a contract, or I wouldn't even be here today if the cop hadn't extorted me into signing this thing. And then he agrees, he accepted the ticket back. Once you sign the ticket, beneficiary, and he takes it back out of your hand. Well, he's accepted that as an agent for the state. So it's just like the state got a hold of it, or the county, or the municipal city corporation. They've agreed that it is a trust action that they extorted you into, and that in fact you aren't the driver, the trusted. Now I tell you what, administrator, municipal, city, or county administrator, I tell you what, if you can prove to me that if I take this out, set it in the seat of an automobile that is going to drive off and speed, then I'll pay the fine. Other than that, it's bullshit. And I've seen a lot of comments from y'all saying, I went into traffic court. I did like you said. I say the kind of things you say. I was a little nervous at first, but they threw it out. My family said I just got lucky, No, you didn't. When you go in there and you show them, hey, I am the beneficiary of the trust. Same thing with the tax court, folks. When I went in there and I said, this is a trust action, and this is I'm not a taxpayer, they don't want to argue it, so they throw it out. They will do that. Do that with about everything.
Now that was when I first started learning. This is my testimony. That's when I first started learning this information back in 2021 to about 2023. I was actually learning a lot from him on YouTube, Christopher Hauser. And I'm gonna tell you, I won a lot. I won all my cases. I put it like this. I had 8 cases, 7 different courts, but 8 different cases. And 2 of them was with the 36th District Court, which is in Detroit, Michigan. But all the rest of them, it was 7 different courts, but I had 2 of them with Detroit. So I had 8 cases. And my first 4 cases, I beat outside of being being in my executive office. Let me put it like that. When I got in my executive office, it was like pouring this water on the floor. No catch. Like the old guy on YouTube and I think Instagram, but he ain't with him no more. But when you used to pull the bone, you pick up the bone, and the meat will fall off the bone, and everybody tripped on it. That's just how my cases fell off on my last 4 court cases. Now this was the final Ferndale court case, so this is one of the cases that it fell off on. But we haven't got to the end of this yet. But I'm gonna head on up a little bit further. If y'all would like to see this information on the one that I'm sharing with you right now, you can always go to my rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM, which is my Rumble and also my Patreon. I'm gonna go a little further up. That was just Christopher Howell just sharing his point of view on some of the things and some of the things that he was sharing on how people would beat their case. So I'm gonna go a little bit further up. I didn't even go over this. I just decided to come on this, say, come on, let's just start doing it. So I'm really doing it on the whim. Let's see. Let's go up a little bit further and see what we're looking at.
In the world court for all around the world. But now they have been ignoring it. So now we sent this in to their highest court. I just showed you.
Okay, that's what I want y'all to see.
Share something else that he was saying. Okay, I was traveling around 2 years in my van with I never got it registered. And I was traveling like that because why? Because I didn't want to pay. I didn't want to pay for registration. I didn't want to pay for a license plate, and I didn't want to pay for insurance. No, I didn't want to pay for none one of them. Because in the like he said, in the Constitution and in the laws, we don't have to pay for that stuff. But see, that's when they try.
Did you know that lemon and cucumber can help you pee out blood sugar? Did you know that you can pee out blood sugar? Most people don't know this.
My key to you is this. See, I've been standing strong enough to understand where I'm at now. If you're going to stand in and if you're going to go that far, take it to appeal. If you lose, because I done won several of my cases, but you got one, that's why I had to take mine to appeal with the 40th District Court, which is St. Clair Shores. The reason why I had to do that with them is because they tied my hands. When I mean by tied the hands, they didn't want me to bring up jurisprudence, showing them that we could travel without a license. We don't need a license to travel. That's jurisprudence. They didn't want me to bring in color of law. They blocked me from really defending myself. So I had to, and that's what I'm telling you. All of you gurus out there too that be going through this situation, take it to appeal. Forget about it. Let it go as far as it's gonna go, then appeal it. First thing I'm telling you what you need to do, you need to start hitting them in their pockets. You need to lean them. I told you, learn how to lean, learn how to bond, and learn how to audit. Start hitting them in their pockets. Let them see to the point, but you have to learn the law still. It ain't just about getting out here and just doing, you gotta have to learn this information, at least the basic information that you need to know how to get it. See, some people they think you gotta go back to school and learn all the laws and all the code. No, the main thing you need is the code that you know that they're violating against you. Once you use those main codes against them, showing them that they are in violation, and you mail it to them, he say certified, I'm doing everything registered mail. Registered mail is a lot more, get there the next day, and if it don't, you get your money back. But the point is, it gets there the next day, they got it, whether they sign for it, if they got it, that's where this comes in at.
Priority.
See this right here? This is your tracking number, and this goes to show the date they're supposed to got it. And this right here is all documents delivered to Michigan Supreme Court. See, and you see all these documents right here? This is what y'all gonna come up with next. I'm not sure
we're getting into
I'll start off next point number 2 with it. But what I'm saying
is letter.
This top part, let me do this. I don't know if y'all need to see this number here, but there. This is my tracking number up there. That's my money number. See that right there? See that? That right there. That and right here. And you know, when I got out of of the kidnapping situation, matter of fact, while I was in, my wife turned these in to the because I already mailed these in to the Michigan Supreme Court. Also, hold on. You says that I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Right here. That's why we wrote on it. You see that little writing right there? See that little writing right there? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me show you that right there. See that? This says, all documents delivered to Michigan Supreme Court Chief Justice, Honorable, whoever the name is, I ain't gonna say the name, and then it got the information there, which is here. And then this one right here is what? See what this one's at. This number 2. Let me take this, which come off. This is number 2. Second one. Now I want you to see what that one said. That was on the second. See that? I'm going to read it to you in a few seconds. I want y'all to see the word, the number, dude. What's written there. I'm going to tell you what's written. It says, all documents contained have been delivered to the Philadelphia Supreme Court, to the Maine Supreme Court. See, this is my paperwork. See, these right here shows you my status. See that there? This is my paperwork for my status that they already know, and I've been telling them they didn't get this before, but I sent this in to the highest court, their highest courts. See what I'm saying? This right here is already done in the world court for all around the world, but now they have been ignoring it. So now we sent this in to their highest court. I just showed you the two that got the Supreme Court and the Michigan Supreme Court. So they got the documents. You know what? Not that only they got the documents, all that means that they got to mean that they put on notice for everybody against this sovereign principle who is supposed to be protected. See what I'm saying? See all that? That's my fingerprint. You know they got your fingerprint. They got that fingerprint right, so they know who I am. Right? Now, private notice, political status and jurisdiction. I want to make sure y'all see that. Yeah, right there. Private notice. I'm just letting y'all see the power at hand. It's a private notice. And then my information. You don't need to see that right there. That's my number. But, see it right there? I'm going to read it for you in a few moments. My number, y'all didn't need to see. That's my private number. That's my fingers over. But I'm going to read this top part for you. Top part says, judicial notice of foreign judgment, foreign registration, and index. Right? But let's get on down here. Michael Eric of the family Harris for the Michael Eric Harris estate. Michael Eric Harris estate is the trust state. You notice? That's in all caps. Yeah, it's in all caps. Compared to the first part. Michael Eric of the family Harris for the Michael Eric Harris estate from hereinafter as bearer, beneficiary, and sovereign principal. See what I'm saying? I be telling them I'm a sovereign principal. Then it says, then it goes down, all United States and states agents and officers of all instrumentalities and political subdivisions, contractors, etc., under the jurisdiction of the Roman Curia and international law. See that? All these are under the corporation. But then it goes into all my information. Then right here it says, be advised.
This is the important
affidavit, letting them know what's going on with my information as well. Now, I hit them all. Now, after that, we got fee schedules. I don't know if I should show y'all this, but what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say, do y'all see that number right there? Y'all see those numbers? See those numbers right there? I don't want this to be, y'all see those numbers right there? I ain't gonna tell you what they are. And I'll show you the right side. I think that's the right side. That's the number there y'all can see. Just want y'all to check that out. See, when you're a free man, unless you do real damage, they're not to touch you. See, now, I'm gonna get back to part 2. Y'all gonna understand why things went the way they went. And you know what? I could have took this to appeal. I could have appealed. What happened? I turned this to all my different court cases. I turned it to the sheriff office. After these two Supreme Court send it to the sheriff office, with administrate the sheriff office, and just put like all the main offices that you need to do that concern the corporation. I'm just gonna say that for right now. I don't know if I should be telling everything at this moment, but I'm gonna tell you like this: mine is in,
And that's what y'all gonna be learning on
and
Tuesdays.
you should see how.
Every blurry and low vision sufferer must try this daily ritual that is leaving doctors speechless. If you wear glasses or
You should wait till you listen to my what you call them. Wait the part two. Other than that, let's get back to the situation at hand. Situation at hand.
All right, let's see where we at on here. I'm gonna take it up a little bit further.
Here, but they might get it in part two since you're down here. But also it's a judicial notice of foreign judgment.
Okay, that's mostly in the index.
At the 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And if you want something specific, just say email me whoever you may be, or text me.
This.
A lot of times, final Ferndale's court.
I want y'all to hear that part one more time so y'all get my number in case y'all need it.
Go back and check part one out. You'll have a better understanding. Because right now y'all in part two. We just started part two. So part one, final Ferndale's court case.
That's what this is.
This is part two we're doing right now. We're just getting started. So all this is in the post. But if you'd like to get in contact with me, email me or text me. A lot of time my texts don't go through. So if you text me your name, number, and email. The texts come to me, but a lot of times I try to text you back, it don't go through. So text me your name, number, and email so I can lock you in, whoever you may be, at the 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And if you want something specific, just say email me the final Ferndale court case Freedom NGO information. And then I'll text you this whole link of everything, because this is in the post. But a lot of times in Instagram, you can't click it. And on some of the YouTubes, you can't click it. On some of my YouTubes. But if you email me or text me, I'll email you from my phone the information. All right? So my first thing is get indexed. As my wife was just saying a few minutes ago. They're about to cut indexing off. They're about to cut indexing off November 28th. November 28th, like I said, one of the sisters shared, as I shared in part one sister shared with me the actual, the one that they told me the second part under indexing. I get the link. She sent me the link to give you more information about it. Indexing is about to be cut off November 28th. So my main thing right now, get indexed, learn as much about it as you can, get indexed or get nationalized with whoever you decide to get nationalized with. My main thing is connect yourself to some land, to a flag, and to some people that has land, whether you were Washita or Native, I don't like saying Indian, but Native, I don't even like saying American, the Native people of the land. If you're whatever you are, connect with somebody with some land. My thing, I would say, get indexed. For 20 plus years, it was free. As of August 23rd, 2023, it came up to amount, and y'all see that on there when you go. But as of November 28th of 2024, they're cutting it off. So y'all time 8. It's on y'all, because as I keep telling you, as long as you call yourself a citizen, you are a ward of the state. And by you being a ward of the state owns you like cattle, like slaves. Citizen means slave undercover. Sovereign means free undercover. Just a different word for the type that you're supposed to be. So the whole thing is, I can't give you vital information until you get to the point where you need to be. We can't. It's just like you can't put the cart before the horse. You got to put things in order. Once you get indexed, we can help you on every other situation. We've been trying to help people get indexed for the longest. Some people, when we went to Atlanta, I helped index many of people in Atlanta. Went to Mississippi. My brother and sister-in-law, their family got indexed. Very few in Mississippi. You know how it is. A prophet isn't known it.
Trying to hurry
To
up.
the truth,
Past that
I put in
bit.
songs and writing and give it to the world. It's up to y'all or through the sword, because that's his sword. That's one of his four. That's one of his four judgments. Famine, meaning pestilence is no drought and stuff.
Further than that, because I'm just speaking on certain things, trying to get to the meat of the information.
It's not when I get citations now. Come on, bring that citation on. Let me see where I can get me some more money from. You just gotta know how to do it. I keep telling y'all. See, when you get to the position where I'm at now, you don't get scared. You ain't scared when you see them like pull up. See, number one is last in part one. And I shared also, y'all please go check part one, because who I learned from, all information that
All right.
it's a photographic representation of the beneficiary of that trust. So I added his information with the knowledge that satisfies my diplomat immunity, my paperwork, into the highest courts. And also, before I get started, I need to tell y'all, I said it in part one, but I gotta tell you this. If you're gonna stand, if you're gonna be men and women, if you're gonna stand, you got to learn the information. You got to learn what you need to know, because they're gonna come at you all kind of ways. You just have to understand what you need to know, and you don't have to say too much. You just have to know what to say and what not to say. Now, one is don't fall in their jurisdiction. They say, do you understand? These are dark sentences that, like I'm telling you, that's stated in Daniel chapter 8 and chapter 7. These are dark sentences that they be talking about. These dark sentences is, do you understand the charges that's been held against you? No. Anytime they say, well, do you, the one try that, you're going to hear in a few minutes. You're going to hear in a few minutes. But like I say, in some of the stuff that Christopher Houser said today, I didn't hear it till today. I did the court yesterday. I finished the court yesterday. Ended everything out. And I only did it because I could have fought. I could have just, but I went on ahead and said, okay, I'll take that. I'll do that, because I already know what I'm about to do. Like I told you, the conditional acceptance that I'm going to send you that you're going to be doing in the part that get indexed, y'all, or get nationalized and start standing, because our time is now.
Now, I just wanted to share on the part where what I'm saying right there is this. When I was learning the information, I was learning from Christopher Houser in the beginning, because I would put it like this. I prayed to the Creator that to lead and guide me, and then Christopher Houser showed up. Now, a lot of y'all may know about Christopher Houser, you know, a guy out of Tennessee that was sharing a lot of information. I think he was helping a lot of people, right? So I started learning a lot of information. I was picking it up. I started going to court, standing on my square, as they call it, and winning my cases, you know. And then, you know, but it was getting to the point where, you know, I'm still going, it still had me coming back, going back. I didn't know how to, it's not certain things you just, you know so much, but you just don't have that final touch. I just didn't have it at the time, but I was going back and forth to court, you know. And I was standing in court. I wasn't fighting, but I would what would they call it? I wouldn't put myself in a controversy, but I knew how to control my energy and the energy of the courtroom. So, you know, they would try to get me to do certain things, and certain things they would try to do, and I wouldn't let that happen. So I understood how to stand at that time. And then as I kept growing and growing and growing into the information where I'm at now, I got index. Index covered me for a certain point, for a certain portion of time. And index still covers you worldwide, because it tells them in the system they're not supposed to touch the living live free being, and they protect your estate, which is your straw man, that they can't go in and just go in and raid your account, which a lot of people don't know that they have an account in the all caps name. So index helps you out at that, but it only helps you so far. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I come to know according to what I come to know. But then when I got in office, when I got into my position I am now, and this was one of my out of two, this was one of my first court cases I beat after that. So I'm about to get into that in a few minutes. Let's say where we at right now. Let me see where we at. Just before we really get off into it, which is a testimonial, you're gonna hear some of the information. Now I'm just going through, just letting a lot of this play. I didn't go through this in the beginning because I didn't know which one I was gonna play. And then when Sister Lay was on, she was one of the first one that I actually started this court case with Ferndale in and with. And my first time I went in, just to share with you what happened, when I first went in, the judge was gonna try to lock me up because I wasn't falling under his jurisdiction and he was trying to bogart me. So my son, he's autistic, and he cut up in there when they called himself dropping me out, taking me out. And it was all the creator. All this was the creator. So he had them to let me go and had me come back to court. But it was the way the eruption and everything went. Laying here to share the information, and as many other people that can testify about some of the things that happened according to those times. So that's what happened in my first court case, and me prior coming back several times, right? But this is what I want y'all to hear coming up in a few minutes. I'm gonna play just a little bit as we go through, because I remember I know I did the audio, and I think I played the audio on here. So even though we're where we at, I'm going just a little bit further up. Y'all can always go to this what should I say? To this link in like I say, this link is in Rumble. My Rumble is rumble.com, rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's LKHYYM. And all you gotta do is put in Final Ferndale Court Case. You can probably just put in Ferndale Court Case. You see all the ones that came up that I did do. But this is called Final Ferndale Court Case of 5/28/24, which is May 28, 2024. But I recorded it the next day, which is 5/29, 2024. This is the full video. So this is in Rumble that I got because my YouTube don't have it, because my YouTube that I used to have, they terminated it. So let me see where we at right now. I went up a little bit further.
You get indexed, I will help you out as much as I can from this end. Through email to Madison, they stamped everything. And I said, y'all never gave me a date. They said, oh, well, you can call and this and that. Now I'm like, now I'm on bond. Now we ended up getting
that was Madison.
So that attorney said something. The judge said, okay, $1,100 cash bond. I gotta pay $1,100 to get out. I said, what? So I called my wife, talked to her for a minute, It wasn't about 10%, it was straight $1,100. It wasn't no 10%, that was straight $1,100. So now my wife wondering, okay, now we're wondering, now they're saying that now we gotta see if
this is actually what happened to me, y'all. See, now I got I just want to share with you. Usually when I get stopped by me being indexed, when I would get stopped at a certain place. Now, I was in what was I in what was I dang, I can't think of the name, but Livonia. I was in Livonia. They pulled me over because my tail light was out. My tail light was broken or something like that. And they pulled me over. Usually they say, okay, you got a warrant out or whatever, because it was a certain matter of fact, what was it? Madison already had put a warrant out on me, 2 years prior, because I wouldn't comply. Or he said, well, you're not going to participate? And I said, no, because he wanted me to comply to their jurisdiction. I wouldn't do it. And he said, well, you better get out of my town, whatever. And then he put a warrant out on me at that time. You know what I'm saying? And that warrant lasted for 2, maybe 3 years, but that warrant was if I was in their city. I had been traveling, and some of the cops would tell me, they said, well, you have a warrant on you over in Madison Heights or over in Madison. I said, okay, I didn't know, but go ahead and get that together, whatever. Usually they'll arrest you and try to expedite you. This time, at this particular time, they expedited me from Livonia to Madison Heights. And then when I got to Madison Heights, no, it was to Ferndale. It was to Ferndale because they put a warrant on me for whatever reason. So that's the only way that I could get arrested, if they put a warrant on me. If you got a warrant on you, that's the only way you could get kidnapped, should I say. So what happened was they kidnapped me, and then I was there for I think a day and a half, which I'm still taking care of that situation. I'm not taking care of that right now, but this information that I got in my hookup that I have. But the whole point is that I beat the case, but the key is that the only way that they can kidnap you is if they put a warrant on you. So what happened is I was there for a day and a half, and then Madison Heights, they picked up Madison Heights. So then that's when I ended up going out to the other facility, what they said in Southfield somewhere. I forgot how Southfield, but it's one that's supposed to be real bad that they always talk about. So I was there for another day. So like it was like a 3 days that they had me, 2 different precincts. But wait till you hear what ended up happening at the end of that situation. So I'm not gonna play not the rest of this here, but I want y'all to hear what happened. I'm gonna see a little bit of this information here. Then we're gonna go to part 2. Then you're gonna hear the recording, which is the audio. So let's see where we at right now. And I'm only doing this as testimony tonight, just to share a little bit of what happened. Usually I probably, well, not usually, because this is the first time I did it. So I'm just giving a little bit of information. This was like off the top of my head. I really want to talk to some of the like my brothers that's already in position I'm in, that we in now. This was what, 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. This was the start of me getting to where I'm at now. This was the start. But at the time, I wasn't in my office yet. And this was the start, because once I smelt that information, I had just smelt that information off that I'm trying to tell you about now, about my private office information. I had just smelt it off, got caught up, and I called my wife and said, go take this down and take this to the judge, take it to the prosecutor, and take it to the clerk. Y'all gonna see what happened. So let's see where we at right now, though, for the moment.
Madison, won't you?
Here we go.
Now, Madison is already on the contract. Now, I'm just giving you a small synopsis before we get into this. Madison is already on the contract, right? From conditional acceptance.
Yeah.
I told you this information. From the conditional acceptance that I put on them back in 2021. If they breach that contract, they got to pay double. They breached the contract. But they try to breach it like, okay, we ain't getting them. He going to Oakland County facility.
There you go.
So I hear that's one of the worst ones. Matter of fact, they're one of the richest facilities in the country. I didn't know that till I got there. And then they were saying, so they transferred me there. So now I'm there for the next, I was there for 1 day and a half, and I think it wasn't 2 days, so it was like the next day and a half. It was like, that's what made it 3 days. And I was at one for a day and a half, and the other one.
Every blurry and low vision sufferer must try this daily ritual that is leaving doctors speechless. If you wear glasses or contacts.
For a day and a half as well. So here, now, my wife, I ended up talking to her. I ended up finally got on the phone with her. The calls are so short. You only got 15 minutes, but they take all their time. By the time you get, hey, how you? Oh man, now they got to put money on your books. If they don't know how to get to you, and they don't know, now you stuck in there. They get paid off you, and that's their plan. See, these are crooks and criminals, and the things they doing are really against the law. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all tonight. This is what I'm gonna give y'all information on tonight that y'all need to understand, because these lower courts, these district courts are criminals. They're just like little thugs in the street. You know what I'm saying? They're not organized. They're organized, but they're not organized. They're organized to do things underhandedly. All they're thinking about is getting money. That's why the people, when you get stopped by a cop, first thing they do, when they take you down, oh, I'll just pay. That's what they want you to do. That's how they're getting paid. They're getting paid off you for nothing. You're not committing a crime. You haven't done nothing wrong. They're saying you commit a crime, but you're just giving your money because they can come and bully you. That's all it is, bullies. But what you got to do is learn the law, present the law to them, get it on record. When you take it down, get you a copy. When they stamp, you got a copy, they got a copy. When they stamp, you got a copy. You take them the color of law, you take them jurisprudence, you take them all the information that you need to know that you got on file, that you have filed. And when you file it, and when they try to tell you, like the judge tried, like I told you, he had me handcuffed. I couldn't use none of my information. And he said if I use it, then he's going to hold me in contempt. And he had another say, that's bad law. I said, that's your law. You took an oath under the Constitution. This is what happened. You took an oath under the Constitution to uphold the law. I'm using your law. If you use that, I'm going to hold you in contempt. That's bad law. I said, ain't no bad law. So I got all that. That's why I'm doing the appeal now. See, that's what you got to do. You got to go to the next level. See, the whole point is, even if they call themselves and you get on it, don't lack. Get on it. Because they were shocked that before they gave me my next court date, after they called themselves railroading me, I already was on the appeal situation. My appeal was in, letting it be known, and then they said, oh man, he doing this bad. I don't play. You ain't playing with me. This is my life. You call yourself trying to play around with. I'm trying to tell y'all what you need to do. All the stuff that you think that's out here that you're doing, you need to get on your business. And this is where your great substance is going to come from.
And what I just shared with you was about the 40th District Court, which is St. Clair Shores. That was my second to the last court case. That was my second to the last court case, but it fell off as well because when they tried to railroad me, that was the 40th District Court, which is the court. I had to appeal them with the 16th District, with the 16th Circuit Court, that is, 16th Circuit Court. And what happened was this. The judge, when I say he handcuffed me, he ain't physically, but he didn't want me to use law. He didn't want me to use, and I'm using this against them, showing them what they wrong at. And he gonna try to when I say handcuff me, or he tried to shut me up, and then try to use everything against me, but I couldn't defend myself. That's all right. After we got done with that, I hit the appeal before they could even get their stuff. I started appealing, and the creator set everything up for me before the court case even got. Everything was already been set up. The creator had already set everything up. I had some people behind me. They didn't even know that they was helping me, but I seen the force of the creator and how he was helping me and how everything was moving along. Especially when you get past it, man, you know how the creator is doing what he's doing. But let me go ahead and get back to this point right here.
But let me get back to the story so I can go ahead and get to the story. So what ended up happening is they didn't want to change the date. They said, well, you have to call your, I went down there with the color of law. I went down with the color of law, and I had my information with the color of law.
Now, just to let you know what I meant by they didn't want to change date, I had two court cases. I had one with Madison, and I had one with Ferndale. Both of them was the same day. It looked like it was set up because after I got out of the Oakland County, whatever, after I got out, they had both of them set the same day. Now, Ferndale, they was lenient. Madison didn't want to change nothing. So I went to Ferndale and told them I had to do that. I changed it, got everything hooked up, and I'm gonna let y'all hear from here. I just want y'all to understand why we're going through so y'all don't miss anything on what I'm sharing.
I shared color law with y'all already. Y'all need to go check out my information on that. So I shared color law. They stamped that. And they said that, well, you have to talk to that was when I went back. You have to talk to your lawyer and see, I said, wait a minute, hold on. So they didn't want to change it. They told me I had to talk to my lawyer. I called, they gave me the number to talk to my quote unquote attorney, the one that when I did get out of Oakland County, I don't know if I told you about I got out. I didn't get the whole story. But I ended up getting out of there because my wife ended up getting the bail bondsman. And that was $1,010. That was $1,010. no 10%, straight $1,010. So altogether, what I needed was $2,110 to get out. This is why I say bail bondsman is good. All I had to do was pay a bail bondsman $300 to take care of that situation. But you got to go back to court or you don't have to owe all that money. Plus, so my $300 was good to get me out instead of paying, what's that, $2,110. See what I'm saying? So, but otherwise, I'm already good. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it. I'm already set up. I know what I'm going to do. Still. See what I'm saying? So, now what ended up happening, I don't know if I told you story, but just go ahead and finish up. Now, like I said, they set their date up with Ferndale's. I go back up there after I did that. I go back up there taking the color of law this time. She stamped that one, and they said I had to talk to my attorney. Talk to him. Well, now you just come on, man. I said, man, both of them on the same date. Both of them on the same date. No, we just come on. I said, bro, I ain't taking that chance. I want you to, I said, you supposed to be my so-called lawyer. I want you to change the date. Man, I said, that's all right, forget it. That's all right, I'm gonna get you too. I got you. I got your name. I got you. Hung up on it. Next thing you know, right then and there, I went down to Ferndale. Went to Ferndale, told them about, I got both of these. Well, I ain't gonna have to get, I got both of these the same date. Can you change the date? They said, okay. Matter of fact, I think I played it. It's on my Instagram and on my YouTube. You have to go back and check it out. I played it. And then they said, yeah. So they changed it to the 28th. Guess what? The 28th is the same day. And I said, man, I said, the 28th, that's the same day as my appeal. She said, you're kidding. I said, yeah, I got an appeal with someone. Now, that's what I think she was shocked at. And I said, I got an appeal. Say, appeal is when you go into a higher court. So I see I got an appeal on the 28th. Say, oh, okay, well, bring me some paperwork and we'll change it like that because they want to change it right there on my word. And I said, I started bringing some paperwork with me. So what they did was I went and I came back with another for Ferndale. Came back, no, they stamped the information. They got the information as well. I got my information for them. So they said, well, it's up to the judge, this and that. And then they end up calling me the next day. They told me, they said, well, we sent you a letter. I said, well, can I have it in writing? I need, cover your back, y'all. I said, well, can you send me that in writing? Say, okay, what's your email? I gave my email. They sent me a letter saying that if I don't make it out of the court on the 28th, if I don't make it in time, that they'll set a date after that because we called them, let them know, and also let the judge know as well. Y'all wouldn't believe how the Father works. Yeah, y'all wouldn't believe how the Father works. End up yesterday rising. I get on for my appeal court date. They adjourned it until next month. They adjourned it to next month. The 24th of next month, right? So they adjourned. I said, okay, I can go make the other date. Now we're going to get to yesterday. So, but what I'm saying was, that's adjourned. So I'm still doing the appeal because what it is, I believe the prosecutor and them, they wanted to switch it to another so they can try to fight or whatever. But no matter what, I got documents showing that they tied my hands. I couldn't speak. And no, I don't even go off on that. But the point I'm getting at right now is where, hold on. Point I'm getting at right now, I'm speaking on what happened yesterday.
I think this is the audio I'm about to play.
Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do. What happened was, like I said, we ended up, oh yeah, baby. Before we go on, now I can tell her, let her tell you what happened at Madison.
There we go.
When we went to Madison, then we'll go to what happened yesterday.
Right.
So when we went to Madison on the date that they tried to set me up on, because I always go last, so they're going to try to make me miss my bond. but I ended up setting it up, or should I say the father ended up setting it up for me to do it the way I did. But what happened at Madison, baby? I like for her to tell it because she knows the way they think.
Try this 6-second method tonight to reverse your vision problems while you sleep. If you wear glasses or contacts,
He said it. I just remember the main point. Go ahead, baby. What did the prosecutor say? Or just tell it the way you
I have
say
to
it.
go back to Madison, been so many court cases. So anyway, we were in Madison court. There was a lot of people there. We were the last ones. So when they called our name, we thinking we're getting ready to go
In the courtroom.
in the courtroom. But she pulled us off to this little side room.
Whoa.
And the first thing she asked when we all came in, she was,
Now, before I let her share, I want to tell you, this is when they got our executive letter. This is when I had her, they had me kidnapped. This is when I told her, I said, take that letter, because I had already sent it off to the heads. I had just sent it off to the heads, so it hadn't got saturated through the system yet. They hadn't put it through the system yet. But I did have the receipts to that it made it to the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, the governor, and different people like that. So I had that information in there, a copy of that, letting them know that they got this. So while they got me kidnapped, I told my wife to go to each court, give one to the judge, a copy, give a packet. I like calling it my freedom packet. Give a freedom packet to the judge, give it to the clerk, and give it to the prosecutor. And that's why then when I got out, as what we just heard, when I got out, she had already delivered it to him. But now I'm trying to switch up my dates when we was going through that. So now you're going to hear from her what ended up happening when we got ready to go to the, now we're getting started with the court dates. Now this is Madison, she about to tell you about. And then after that, we got Ferndale. So this is what I want y'all to hear. Don't forget, tonight is our first testimony night. So this is just one of the testimonies about some of the things I went through when I was indexed and before I got into my private office, compared to me getting into my private office and what's happening. So here we go. So I wanted to make y'all understand where we're going and how we're going with it. And don't forget, if y'all want to see this information, want to see the full video, this video is in my Rumble. Again, rumble.com/LKHYYM. And if you put in the search engine, final Ferndale court case of 5/28/24, 5/28/24. You put that in there, that's going to come up and you'll be able to see the whole thing. Or you can just see what you're seeing here. And I got a lot of information in my other court cases and stuff I went through my time past compared to what's going on today. But here we go.
Madison court, there was a lot of people there. We were the last ones. So when they called our name, we thinking we're getting ready to go
In the courtroom.
in the courtroom. But she pulled us off to this little side room. And the first thing she asked when we all came in, she was like, oh, we brought the whole crew.
Mm-hmm. Just me and my family.
Yeah. And she asked, are you recording this?
I was getting ready to record, but I said, no, I'm not recording. I was getting ready to do it, but I didn't.
I usually do.
And what probably 1 minute. Anyway, she said, are you recording? First of all, are you recording? And he said, no. She said, well, there is a offer today for you. We don't want to get sued, so we're going to dismiss all the charges.
Say that one more time, baby.
We don't want to get sued, so we're going to dismiss all of the charges.
One more time, please. I love to hear it.
We don't want to get sued, so we're willing to dismiss all of the charges.
That's exactly what she said. I like the way my baby said, because I just remember hearing, we don't want to get sued. That's why I realized that's clear in my mind. We don't want to get sued. I said, oh. But I tell y'all, strongest thing in the world in this day and time,
The iron rod.
the iron rod. This is what the iron rod is in the Bible. This is the iron rod. Y'all probably looking at some iron rod crushing people. No, this is the iron rod. Yeah, it's crushing people. You right about that, baby. It's crushing people. Now we can get to the story about yesterday. That was Madison. Go ahead, baby.
And this day, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to fight. You don't have to, well, you do have to defend yourself, but you don't have to fight with your fists, with your mouth. You use your mind and that ink pen. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Learn these laws so that you can give them their stuff back that they give to you. They can dish it, but they cannot take it.
Mm-mm.
They cannot take it. They will make you think you don't know what you're talking about. They will look at you like you're crazy. They will insult you. They will try to shame you.
And intimidate you.
And intimidate you. Terribly intimidate you. Threaten to lock you up for 30, 60, and 90 days.
That happened in the beginning of everything.
I could not believe it. But they will do that. Use your pen and paper and learn the laws. Because if you learn the laws, the same laws they put on you, you can put them right back on them.
That's right.
And get indexed, please.
Indexing will help. That covers your back. This right here,
Them laws.
this covers your front. This and knowing the information and knowing how to come back. Because like I said, it's not just one way. Everybody have different ways that they do things. It's many different ways to the same place. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on how you use them and how you do them. See what I'm saying? I'm telling you what my format was. A lot of people, it's a lot of other people out here know it's a lot of gurus out here. Yusufel is a good one. Path to Freedom is a good one. A lot of people have good information. It all depends on how you use the information at hand. So right now I'm going to play to you my court case, my final court case at Ferndale. My final Ferndale court case. And here we go.
Now, before we get started, we're going to do part 2 on that.
Or try and kind of help you out with some procedural things. It looks like I was just reviewing the
Court. That.
Hold on.
Strongest thing in the world in this day and time. Go ahead, baby. What did the prosecutor say?
I'm going to start the next one right when she started this right here, because even though a lot of this that was shared in the beginning was about the court case and everything about what's going on, what happened, how I got incarcerated, or should I say how I got kidnapped, should I say. A lot of that, let me put you right here for right now. A lot of that was the beginning of everything. And I just wanted y'all to know that, like I said, I'm going to tell you one more time, this is the final Ferndale court case. And I'm going to do the audio in a few moments. The audio is where I went in and I recorded. It's what I want y'all to hear. Because this is, you want to hear how the judge and them act between this time and between the first time. Y'all ain't heard when I first went in. When I first went in, yeah. He was talking, I'm trying to talk, and he talking over me, and he trying to bully me and all this and that. And the lady that was here, she seen it. Everybody, all the other people that was there that stood, because it was it was like a lot of people who were, I'm gonna say sovereign. Some people are scared of that word today, but who are free, shall I say, or who knew the information of being free, was in there standing on that square. And I was one of the last ones. Majority of the other ones was women. So I was like one of the last ones to come in, and I'm standing on my square, and he was like mad, angry, and whatever, coming at me all kind of way. Got ready to have me locked up because I didn't want to fall into his jurisdiction, and I was watching what I was saying. Then my son, he cut up, and then his staff, and this is how I know it was the creator. His staff got on him. His father need him. My son was cutting up in there because he said they kidnapped me and got ready. When they called for an officer several times, so I don't know if they got my paperwork or not. They must have. I know they got my conditional acceptance because I had already sent that in. I think he waited 30 minutes to almost an hour for an officer to come over there because they know who I was and they knew my date. They knew when I was supposed to be there. But they waited 30 minutes to an hour before an officer actually got over there, and then he had them ready to take me over, took me out to the car, to the automobile. Next thing you know, they had to come and get me because the his clerks and everything got on the judge, told him his son needs him. This and that, because they seen that my son is who I deal with. He got hit cut up in the courtroom. So they let me go. He let me go, and then set up another court date. And I never miss my court dates, what have you. I think some came up to the point. I think I missed one. This is where a warrant came out as well. When I don't know if it was for that one or it wasn't for Madison. Madison, the judge I didn't comply with him, so he got mad and he wanted to put a warrant on. He said, if you ain't out of my town in an hour, my wife would tell you that too. If you ain't out of my town in an hour, you're gonna get arrested. So, and that point on, was like that warrant stood for about 3 years. Before I ended up going through the situation for all this to happen, which is when when Livonia expedited me when they wasn't supposed to do that on over there. So, I just look at everything is of the Creator, and everything the Creator allows you to go through. So I learned a lot in the things I went through to be where I am today to share to you. And that's why I say it's a lot that I have done, been through, understand, and know. And right now I'm making it easy for those who want to come. And once they come to the sovereign class of knowledge, y'all gonna understand what I'm saying. So what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna pause. We just pausing now. We're gonna go through the actual court case in a few moments when we come back with part 2. So other than that, just wanted to share with y'all that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. So just wanted to share that. Just want to thank some people for coming. Let's see, over here we had Robert Craig over here with Stop Sniffing All That. What's that? Poland sniffing all that. I don't know what that is. Whatever he said, this brother that we know, but I don't know what he meant by that. Sniffing all. I don't know what he's talking about there. But other than that, we got over here on Instagram, we have Ms. Vation, Carolyn Renee Hills, the Professional 313. I'd like to thank you for stopping in. And over here on YouTube, we got my brother Zakar Israel, and also Kedia Richardson, which is a brother I used to dance with growing up. So we're getting ready to pause part 1, and we're going to come back with part 2 with the audio of what happened in the court. So we're going to pause you real quick over here. I'd like to thank my brother Teddy Bay for stopping in and being here at the moment. We're going to pause you real quick, and we'll be right back. Oh, here we go.
Recording stop.
All right. And for everyone on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. And I wanted to share with you where we at today. And when you come to the information we're doing today, we're on a whole different level than what I was at that time. I was going through things then. Now I'm on a whole different higher level. So, but if you'd like to connect with us, and I'm just going to share with you, we're in the private on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, we have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. And by getting to the introduction of the Sovereign Class of Knowledge, if you're interested, we're here at 7:30 a.m. and we're here at 9 p.m. 7:30 a.m. for those who work late, and 9 p.m. for those 9 p.m. for those who work early. And all you have to do is text me your name, number, and email, and say that you'd like to know more information about the sovereign classes. You'd like to know more information about the sovereign classes, and just text me your name, number, and email when you say that, and text me at 770 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Once you text me there, the information is going to come. I'm going to put your email in my Google Calendar. Once I put in my Google Calendar, it's going to come to your email, and all my dates that I'm going to have my four, what should I say, my 3 publics and my 1 private, which is actually on Tuesdays at 7:30 or 9 p.m. And once they come up, all you have to do is accept the invite, and then everything gonna be in your Google Calendar, and that way you have the dates and the notification when we start and when we'll be here. And all of them are for not different, but all of them is for the things of the awakening and the things that's going on in this day and time. So now what I'm sharing with you is that's if you decide you want to get with us on Tuesdays. But right now we're just gonna start from where we at, which is tonight. This is well, let me just say this. Let me start with the we're gonna start with the public platforms, which is my YouTube is JuicePro33. That's my YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter. My YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, which is JuicePro33. If you put that in the search engine, which is JUICEPRO33, all one word all together. That's JUICEPRO33 all together, one word. You can like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, or you can connect with me on X, which is formerly known as Twitter. You can connect with me there, and we can go from there. But on my YouTube, you can like, subscribe, and share. And you can see some of the things that I've shared back from time past, plus what we're doing today. That's my main one that I'm doing today because my last one was terminated. And also, you can also connect with me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled M-I-CHAEL space H-A-R-R-I-S. Again, that's M-I-CHAEL space H-A-R-R-I-S. That's my Facebook, and you can see some of my information there, or you can connect with me there if you like. Now, my Instagram and one of my TikToks. My Instagram and one of my TikToks, they're under L'chaim_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. All right. Now for my other YouTube and my other TikTok, that's under Michael the Juice Harris, which is spelled MICHAEL_THEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's MICHAEL_THEJUICEHARRIS. All right. Now for the full version, because that was my other YouTube and my other TikTok. The full version right here is on Zoom, and you'll find the full version on Patreon.com and Rumble.com, as I was just sharing with you, which is what we're looking through on the video today. That's Patreon.com and Rumble.com, both of them /LKHYYM. That's LKHYYM, right? Okay. Now for the platforms. We'll start with tonight first, and we'll go into the rest of them, which tonight is the night after Sunday at 9 p.m. We're here at Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. And tonight we're having testimonies. I started tonight with testimonies. I may be going through most of the weeks now, or we'll come up with testimonies, because I got plenty of them that I would like to share, or that testimonies that we have been through, me and the people that has gone through certain situations compared to time past, compared to where we at today. You know what I'm saying? Compared to being in the office, compared to being indexed, and compared to just being in the world under the Roman system, whether you know that or not. And all this is part of prophecy, where y'all understand that or not, but you have to understand it to know it, to move through it, right? But this is Fight Fire with Truth. And we're here night after Sunday, which is open conversation. We're here night after Sunday at 9 p.m., start at 9 p.m. every night after Sunday. Tomorrow night, we're here at 9 p.m. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Fight Fire with Truth, night after Sunday. And tomorrow night is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, night after Monday, which is tomorrow night. Night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, as I was saying in the beginning, we have on Tuesday Rising, or which is Tuesday mornings at 7:30 a.m. and at 9 p.m. We have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. That's Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. There you're going to learn some information that's going to help you big time in the days that we're in now. And I can actually share with you where we at in prophecy on this point and how you are either going to be a part of one or a part of the other, one part of the Creator's kingdom or stay a part of this Roman government, which is the satanic kingdom that's in charge today, which is actually Esau's kingdom, however you want to put it. But I show you all that. I don't show you during the class, but when we have a conversation like this, I can break it down, show you everything according to what's been going on, according to prophecy. But other than that, that's on Tuesdays, 7:30 a.m. or 9 o'clock p.m., both from Eastern Time. And that's Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. And all you got to do is text me your name, number, and email. And then I can place your information in, and then you'll get notification from me and emails from me as well. And you just have to accept the notifications so they can go into your Google Calendar. And if you don't have Google Calendar, I just suggest go to Play Store, download Google Calendar so you can have it. You can have all the dates that'll be there so you can get the notifications. I guarantee you're gonna love it once you do. So other than that, then we have on the Sabbath day, which is the Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous. We're here at 12 p.m. noon. Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous, 12 p.m. noon Eastern Time. All right. And that's when we're going through the book. Just yesterday, we started in 1 Samuel. We started in Samuel. Yesterday we did 1 Kings chapter 12. We did 1 Kings chapter 12 yesterday. This coming Sabbath, we're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 13, one of my favorites. I got a lot to share on that because I went through some things in that. So 1 Kings chapter 13 will be coming up this week. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2. And this is testimony. What did I call this? I call this sovereign. I call it Sovereign Testimonies. That's what I call this one as of tonight. Sovereign Testimony. I might change it to I don't know if I want to call it Ferndale Court Case, no, because this is Ferndale Court Case, the past, but I'm going to go ahead and let's leave it at Sovereign Testimonies. What's tonight? 3/22/26. 3/22/26. That's what I'm calling this today because I don't know how I'm going to name it, but that's what I'm calling this for tonight. Other than that, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing that. We'll be right back with part 2 in a few moments. We'll be right back with part 2. This is the end of part 1. And thank you. And let's see where we're at right here. We'll go over here to Instagram first. All right. Over here on Instagram, we'll be right back with part 2. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. We'll be right back with the audio. All right. And here we go. Now over here on Facebook, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2 in a few moments. I thank you, appreciate, love you, and always. Peace. All right. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2, and see you soon. Peace.